Hey, Mr. Jimmy here. Yeah, I've been making a few chords on how to play some chords a little bit different, maybe. I don't know how Jimmy Page actually plays this, or anybody out there makes the D this way, which is fine. This song right here, also in my previous videos, I'm making the D, get up here close and personal, the D this way, not that way or that way. I like to make my D this way, not that way, that way. I'm actually making it in the videos I just got through making. You can tell because I still had this dirty white t-shirt on. My D this way to play this certain song. When I'm playing the D, I'm playing my G differently, sorry. And if you play the way most people play the D chord, it'll be like that. But that little riff right there, that little pull off, I make my D this way because it's easier. Because that involves your little finger right there. Something about me also. I didn't start using my little finger, and I was actually the lead guitarist in the band I was in. Didn't even hardly use my little finger that much, because this is the weakest one, right? It's going to be your weakest one to learn how to play the guitar, to learn how to make stretches, to learn that one right there. Anyhow, so in this particular song, I'm making my D this way because this is going to be the strongest finger. So if I'm playing it this way, even the way I make my D to play this song, I don't play my D this way. That reach, the little finger becomes involved in the song, you might say. I can hardly play it this way. You can play it that way, but again, I'm showing different ways of making the D chord. That's all I'm showing. Possibly easier, might be harder, I don't know. Everybody's different. But your little finger's not involved in this little riff right here. The first little riff. So I'm making my D, yay, 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 first, second, third string, second fret. This finger down on that third fret, second string, right? So to play the song, you're making this position, but you're hitting that G string open first. There's a lot of pull-offs in this. And if you're playing the D this way, like I said, little fingers got to get involved, which is kind of hard. It's hard for me to do. So you're using your next strongest finger that's been playing a lot of chords, probably you guys out there for quite a long time. You're gonna be stronger, right? So I'm making the D. First note you're hitting is that open G. Hammer down on that, your third string, and a pull off. So with the pick, I'm just hitting that once, open G string, down. Reason I guess they call it a hammer, because if you're hammering something, you hit it hard, right? You can't do it lightly. You gotta hammer pretty hard and pull off hard when you get there. Something to practice for you guys out there beginning. So here's your D, starts at open G. This finger is already looking at it where it needs to go on that 4th string, 4th fret. Open D to a G chord. G chord. D chord. So that little riff right there after the G, back to that open G, hammer down. Little riff right there is all pull off to the D string. It's on the G string, open D, G, not really going to get into the rest of the song. Like I said, there's a ton of little riffs I've learned over the years. I could learn the whole song, but really not in the band. If I was in the band, had to play that, you'd have to learn the whole thing from start to finish. So that might be a little quick, a little tricky for some of y'all out there. There's a lot of pull-offs. Good thing to practice. You can go really maybe take turns on pull-offs with each finger. Whoops. At different times. Maybe your 2nd finger. So with your pick, you're hitting it once. Hammer. Figaro, 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 Figaro. What it sounded, what came to my mind right there. So it starts in the G, right? Open G. You're picking that string. We call that the Figaro move. Figaro, Figaro. The open G string is involved quite a bit in this little riff also, if you've picked up on that. G and that D string. G. Or I play it maybe some of the G chord the way most people out there playing. what I'm trying to show in the last several videos I've made, is making the D differently in certain songs. This one is easier this way. Instead of using all 3 fingers, just using 2. So, might help a few of you out there to learn some songs maybe faster, make the D chord maybe easier, maybe make it sound clearer. Most people I have taught, beginners, cannot make all the strings sound clear, right? You've been there, I've been there. Making the C chord, you know. The D chord, you know. A beginner, you know. I've been there, you've been there, everybody's been there, is gonna be there. If you don't play guitar, you're gonna be there. The chords are gonna sound terrible. So, just trying to show different ways of playing this D chord, the G chord, mainly on this video, the D chord, playing this certain type of song. So, there's the D chord. Again, 3rd way. Hope help somebody out there. Appreciate you watching. Hope you subscribe to my channel. If you haven't already, I appreciate it. Mr. Jim Bob out, or Mr. Jim.